I will just start off with a few announcements. We all have watched the President's message. There's new bonuses. I want to make sure you guys go in and read those FAQs. Make sure you understand who's getting a affiliate bonus, who's getting a team building bonus, who's getting both. Make sure that you're reading all of those FAQs. I know there was a lot of confusion about the OFY this month. So there was an image going around, and yeah, it was confusing. So we as Marca partners, and this is just for North America, I'm not sure what it is for other areas, but we get the mini options, and our VIPs get the Rejuva beads. Okay, so it's not both, or not a different option that they can choose from. So they get the full size product. Super exciting. I signed up a VIP this afternoon with this sale. So remember to reach out. My big tip is to talk about the oil and get them to add on a system. So they're going to get the oil and they can add on their system. That's what I've been talking about this afternoon. And that seems to be really working for me. And yeah, get them filling out your quiz. Let's make this a really strong start. I want to see all your guys' names on 500 by the 5th. Okay, so make that like your goal this week is to get your 500 and see your name on that recognition. All right, so let's go in and do some recognition. Do my screen share.
She just told me the usual time.
Okay, can you guys mute for me? Let me see if I can with the screen share. Okay. Take this thing off here. All right, I want to first congratulate, let's bring this up a little higher. All right, I want to congratulate all our new NPs this month for joining us in this business. If you see your name, if you see your new Marca partner's name, take a screenshot, share it on social media, and welcome to the team. We're excited to be on this journey with you. And then new ranks, my favorite ranks. We had 5 of my favorite ranks this month. Andy Longoria, Aaron Wishart, Jenna Rentz, Sabrina Krasowski, Amanda McDonald. Amazing managing market partner. That is the first rank that's pivotal to your success in this business. So I'm super excited. It's still 7 years in. It's my favorite rank because it means so much to everybody that hits it. So congratulations to those that ranked. And then we have our outstanding achievements this month. So top 5 PV. We had some amazing numbers. Aaron Field Fudge with another 10K month. Top GV. And we had lots who did their super blocks. And I looked at the report today. There's so many of you who are so close to achieving your super block, which ends this month. So congratulations, Erin. She's going on to her 3rd. And then top VIPs. Kayla had 17 VIPs this month. Okay, and I wanted to give a shout out to everybody who brought in 2 or more Marca partners in February, because that means that you stamped off your bingo card for Passport. So congratulations to everybody who did that. And then a huge congratulations to Courtney Kurtz, who just finished her Smart Start last month. She re-ranked back up to her rank of Associate Market Builder, plus finished her Mo Neighborhood, and she's starting her 2nd super block as well. So congratulations, guys, to those amazing, outstanding achievements. And I can't wait to see what we do in March. So next we're going to have Aaron share some social media fudgy facts. I gotta go.
I know. I'm like, I can't remember what we branded that.
Yeah, fudgy
fudge facts.
fudge
Sweet,
facts.
Fudge facts, sweet Instagram tips or something
Yeah.
like that. Okay, well, hello everybody. Happy March. I have to say what I'm so excited about right now is it's 6 o'clock here and I don't have to use a ring light because there's still light coming in my window. So bring on spring, even though it is covered. Okay, now I'm the host, so I'm letting people in, Trina. Bring on spring, even if there's sun as soon as March hits for me. I'm like, it's springtime. Does everyone feel a new energy? Woo! We got the cold months. Well, probably not behind us, but let's just pretend. Okay, so today I'm just going to be quick and dirty here. I got 5 to 7 minutes. Y'all know I can talk forever. But I did want to go over a couple of things and actually tied in with what Trina asked me to kind of talk about too, which is optimizing your bio. So I'm going to, and I love this because it's like I actually get to, I feel like I'm teaching again. Y'all know I quit my job. So can you guys see that? Is it there?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So I want to talk a little bit about optimizing your bio. I'm not going to say mine's perfect because as I was going through this, I'm like, oh, I should probably change a few things. But there's a couple things that you have to think about when it comes to people coming to your page. So yes, we can do all the content. Yes, we can post all the things. But when your, non-followers are actually looking at your page, you want to make sure that you have to think of this as like your storefront, right? So it's not just about everything. Sorry, I'm also omitting people.
Ignore it, I'll do it.
It's all good. It's not just about like the pictures and the content you have there. I never thought a bio was an important thing, but it is. Okay. So this is where people are going to take a look and they're going to decide whether or not they want to follow you. Right. Then our job is to convert our followers into our customers. So let's start here. First thing, when you're setting up your bio, you want to make sure that your username is professional. Okay. So I keep it like plain and simple. Here is my name. So you don't want to have any like weird names. I just used @userkitty69 just to be silly. Okay. So make sure that you have something that is professional because you are a business owner. You want to present yourself as a professional human being, right? Okay. Oh, I didn't know what I didn't do. There we go. Okay. So make sure you have your name. When it comes to your profile picture, please, Lord, make sure that you have a picture of your face, okay? Of you, whatever it is, whatever you want it to look like is great, but make sure it is of you. It is not of the Monet products. People don't want to see that. I'm telling you, any account I come across and I see a picture of a product, I'm like, peace out. Because remember, people are buying into you first. They are not buying into Monet right away. So make sure that you have a clear profile picture of you, just you. Okay. All right. So a couple of things. When you start to actually look at that bio, there are certain things that you want to do because this is the information you are providing to people when they come on. Number one, you want to kind of give some insight to who you are. So again, this is mine. I've got Aaron FF because Field Fudge is freaking really long to write out. And I don't have enough characters to do that. And I just put your hair bestie in there and I might change that now because a lot of people have that there. But basically give a little bit of insight of who you are going to be to them. Okay. The next thing that you want to do is basically, what are you going to provide? I should actually be just playing this. Hang on a second here. There, that's probably better. Oops, go back. There we go. Okay. So what are you actually going to provide on your page? Okay. So what is it? So this is basically, I'm telling people when they look, they're like, oh, this chick is going to be my hair bestie. She's going to give me hair growth tips and fun hair tricks, right? So if you follow me, you guys know I talk a lot about hair growth. And I also like to do my hair tutorials and those are my fun hair tips, my hair tricks, right? Okay, so give them a little bit of an insight of what you're going to provide on your page. What can they expect from you? All right. Next thing, this is trying to give some insight to who you are and why you are here. So I like this one for me because I can let people like know that I used to be a teacher, okay, and I've turned into an online business mentor. So give yourself or give some insight to who you are and why you are here. And then the next line, here, I like to give where I live because even though I don't know if people really pay attention to that. Everyone always thinks I'm from the USA. I don't know why, but they do. But I like to put boy mom living in YYC, right? Canada. And I like to put boy mom in there because those are one of my pillars, right? That's one of my pillars about me. I have my 2 boys. That is a connection point that I will have with other people. A lot of customers that I've been able to, bring in or business partners are also people who have boys. And that's a conversation starter for us. So it's a really great way to kind of get people to know you a little bit more, that they might find something they connect with you before they decide to hit that follow button, right? So here, this is very, very important. You want to make sure that you have a call to action in your bio. Okay, so your call to action is basically telling people what they can do with you, right? So start your healthy hair journey or work with me. And then I got my little arrow there, which also you can Google like cool fonts or font changer or like little symbols, and you can cut and paste them into your bio, which is nice. Don't go too crazy. This is coming from the visual arts teacher in me. Don't go too crazy with fonts. Sometimes I see ones and they're all like blah, 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 like all wonky and all over, very hard to read. So stick with ones that are very easy to read. Don't use all those ones that are mishmashed and kind of wonky. Okay, but have that call to action in your bio telling people what you want them to do. So and then you should obviously always have your personalized link here. Here's my suggestion. Whichever one you want to use is fine. Okay. Milkshake. I know there's a whole bunch of different ones. There was Linktree, a whole bunch of those. Make sure, my suggestion is you are not just putting your link to your site there. That is not cool. Don't do that. It's very, in my opinion, very salesy, and it doesn't look super professional, right? It doesn't show that you actually put the time in to come up with and make these forms or whatever it is for you to actually engage with your customers. So make sure in that Milkshake or whatever link that you put there, don't have it as your link from Money Official or whatever. I would say too, even if you are like not tech savvy, I get it. Milkshake's so freaking easy. They have all the templates ready for you there. You literally just go in and plunk it in. You choose the colors, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom. Okay. So make sure that you have that call to action and you have your link there, one link. Now I took Trina, I brought you in because yours looked better than mine. What you want to do here, what's really important, and I need to go in and fix mine up. Hence why you can see them before. But you want to make sure that you have your highlights there, and you want to have highlight covers to kind of match your brand. So I know for me, when you look at the majority of my page, it's very black, white, gray with now the new color of the IR line pretty much. And I know with Trina, like pink, black, and white is kind of her thing. So she's gone in and actually used the colors of her brand on her highlight cover. So make sure that you just go in, again, Canva, if you don't have it, please go get it. You can find amazing little images that you can use there. What you want to do is you want to make sure you have your most important highlight first. And so this is something that I need to do as well. Really good to have one that says start here. And actually have the stories, have that highlight being all about you and what you do and what people can expect from you. It's a really great way for people, if they want to come in, they look at your highlight, they can click on that. Make sure you get rid of highlights that are over 100 weeks old. So if you have stuff where you're like, my cat, and it's from like 2013, you could probably get rid of those because it doesn't really build into the brand that you have right now. But make sure you keep anything that's really good that has like a testimonial or anything like that. Okay, so basically what we're talking about here is your bio is a way to actually hook your potential new followers, which we all know then become potential customers, which then become customers and then business partners, and then you're living the dream and you're heading to the Bahamas in October. Okay. One thing I wanted to do was I did want to give you, where did I put it here? Now I have to find it. I'm going to put in the chat once I find where I saved this. I wanted to give you guys a list. We talked a little bit about, captions and hooking people. That first line, think of your bio as a full hook as well to bring people in. But I did come up with where the hell did I put it? Okay, I'll just put it in there. I'm going to toss it in the chat of 50 different hooks that you can use in your captions. Okay, so I have 50 different ones that you can use, not in your bio, but actually in your captions when you are doing your Instagram posts this month. So good luck to everybody rolling into March. Utilize your social media, rock it, show up consistently, kick ass, and have a fantastic March.
Yay. I think I need to go through my highlights and delete some that are like 100 weeks old. I've been thinking lately, somebody told me like that you should have your highlights, and maybe you can touch on this next month, about like optimizing your highlights as a like start here. Do you ever see someone do that? Like start here on their highlight and it just kind of like
Yes,
flows
that's what it
into-
should be, is like a good flow into start here is your first one that should always be there. And then it needs
Yeah.
to be like, here I am. This is my business. These are the products. These are testimonials. These are right. That kind of stuff. Mine are like, I have ones from 2017, so they gotta go.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Erin. All right, guys. I am so honored to have a very special guest on the call with us. If you don't follow her, if you don't know her name, are you even in Monate? She just recently, Julie Stevens just recently hit the $15 million club. And she is just someone that is so humble, that will congratulate you even if you're not on their team. I have this memory in my head. I was a year and a half into the business and we were on that yacht party down in Miami. Remember, we got invited and I was like, she doesn't know who I am. And you came up and said, I am so proud of you. I'm like, how do you know like who I am? And she just cheers everybody on, and she has a very servant heart, and that has got her to her $15 million club earnings in what is it, 9 years? Yeah, so she's going to come share her heart with us today. Thank you, Julie.
Gosh, thanks for having me on. Now I feel like I need cues of what to say, because Erin did really good on that presentation. And I'm like, my Instagram sucks. Like, it sucks so bad. And I don't get very many prospects from it. So that might be why. So I need some help. So thanks, Erin. That was great. I'll call you. Yes. Well, I was talking to Trina earlier and I'm just super excited to be on here, you guys. Gosh, it's been 8 years. But I was like, Trina, what do they need to hear from me? And she's like, maybe recruiting. I'm glad she asked me that and not VIPs, because I'm actually terrible at getting VIPs. I'm a lot better at getting market partners. I'll always get the market partners, but I'm terrible at the VIPs. So I can maybe break down a couple of things that I do for you guys, but I'd love to hear questions, because sometimes if I'm rattling off topics or subjects and you guys have questions, you're not hearing anything I'm saying until your questions really get answered. So yeah, I can share my story, Diana. You're so sweet. I love Diana. Oh my gosh. I can share my story and then I can give you guys some pointers and stuff on how I built, because gosh, the first week, first month, first year, that's how I built, is how I relaunch my business every single time. And I'm in that same boat again, because yeah, you guys, it's not really like relaunching your business. I was talking to my girls the other day and I was like, I don't even feel like I'm relaunching, because I already had my launch. I'm just re-recruiting again. And that's really all it is. So if you're ever stuck in your business, it's like, you just go back to recruiting. But yeah, so if you guys haven't heard my story, is that cool, Trina? That's where we want to start a little bit? Okay, I won't take too long on this part. Yeah, my story started back in 2014. Ann Fisher sent me a message, and let me give you a little bit of background. I was in another network marketing company. My mother was my upline. Okay, so my money was paying my mom's bills. I love my mom. So honestly, you can see where I was thinking when I got messaged about another company. I'm like, no, I found my family. I found my home. I'm settled. I'm happy with $500 a month and spending $1,000 a month in product. No joke. My business cost me money. And I did that business for about 4.5 years. So it was a blast. I started getting good at it. I was like, oh, this is how you make money. At the end of the meetings, I would rattle off how much you make money, how you can make money. And also the parties, like me doing parties always helped a ton. I don't know, like that was the only thing I really knew how to do. So when I got into Monat, Anne messaged me. I had 2 checking accounts in the hole. Definitely wasn't looking for this. Her rule of thumb is everyone goes on the list. And because of her rule of thumb, that's why I'm here today. Because she actually wrote my name down and erased it or crossed it out, whatever, probably crossed it out because nobody uses pencils anymore. And she was like, no, Julie doesn't need this. Little did she know, 2 checking accounts in the hole. My husband had enough gas to get him to work and back that week. My daughter, like, literally needed a new pair of shoes. I'll never forget that. Like, I couldn't afford to get her shoes. And I was like, Anne, what is this? And the only reason why I responded to Anne and not ghosted her is because I've known her for a long time. I have like a personal relationship with her. So that's your first tip, you guys, is conversations and personal relationships are number 1 to your business. Absolutely number 1. You cannot build this business without it. And if you're not good at building them right now, you can get good at it. I had ADHD growing up. I was dyslexic. I literally spoke to no one in the 4th grade. I was the weird girl. In the 2nd grade, I was the only white girl. I got picked on a lot. I was the weird girl on the monkey bars at recess. So I don't really have like the background that would set me up to be good at this, but I saw how other people transformed and how they learned how to do it. And I was like, I can learn how to do this. So that was my journey. Okay. Anne messages me and I'm like, what is it, Anne? You know, what have you got? Because I'm nice, you know, I was entertaining her and being kind. And she was like, I'm not really sure. It's new. Let me send you a video. She sent me a video and it was like a 90-second clip of the Rejuvenate oil. And I messaged her back and I was like, is this skincare? And she's like, I think so. So to say that we really didn't know what we were getting into is to put it mildly. Had no idea. And so I was like, okay, well, tell me a little bit more, you know? And she was like, well, here's the bonus structure. And I was like, wait a minute, 3 people, you make $600. What? So I got excited about that at first. I was like, because I wasn't planning on leaving my other company. What I planned on doing was snagging about $1,000 from this company and then going back to what I was doing. Because first of all, over 100,000 companies launch every year. Less than 1% make it past year 3. So why would I risk something I've been building for 4.5 years for possibly a company that's going to flop on me? That would ruin my reputation with my 480 followers on Facebook, right? That's all I had. So I didn't want to screw that up. And I mean, it was just more than that. It was my morals, my mom, my family. That's where I was. But I was nice to Anne and she just kept telling me about it. And September 20th is when she messaged me. I started working the business for 4 days before I had the money. I started messaging girls that were not a part of my previous company. One had left and I messaged her because her and I like to vent to each other. And she was like, shoot, yeah, I could use $600. I'll do it. I was like, oh my gosh, I got my first yes, just because she likes me, you know, just my friend. That's pretty cool. And I told her, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen with it, but let's just snag some money while they throw bonuses out on the table. Because if this company flops, at least we got our money. And so that's kind of the story. I had 2 or 3 people tell me yes. One of them was my sister-in-law, one of them was a friend, and one of them was a hairdresser that I randomly messaged. When I found out this was hair care, because Tony got on the call, she explained a couple of things. I was like, this is something I could do cold market, like totally cold market. I was like, salons have hair reps walking into their salons all the time. Like I could do that. And if they buy it, that's cool. I could totally do this. So that's what my idea was, to go cold market completely and not mess with my network that I previously had. So wheels were turning. I knew I had already made my money back. One of my friends was going to loan me her FAFSA money, no joke, to sign up with me. I don't know if you guys know what FAFSA is, but it's basically like a little bit of money back from your student loans. And she got her loan back and she was like, oh, there's not enough for both of us. You should do it. And I was like, no way. I got online, filled out a payday loan, went down and got it, $600 with a 60% interest rate. Yeah. But I was going to make it back. I was like, I don't care. I need my account out of the hole and I need to buy this product pack because I'll make my money back right now. So that's where I started, was just a couple of people and a little bit of hope. And I signed up, and no joke, like the girls that I would sign up, I would tell them, and this is what I would tell them, you guys, and it's still the same story I use today, is hair care. There's no competition out there. Do you know how big the hair care industry is? It's like the second biggest industry next to electricity. And I don't know anyone who really lives without electricity. So I was like, this is a huge market and they pay really good. The comp plan looked very lucrative. So I was like, man, this is a no-brainer. So that's what I'd tell people. And then they would add people on the call. Because anyone I talked to, I was like, get 3 people on the phone and I'll explain the same thing. And you guys, I did this every day. And September like 28th or something like that. The company hasn't launched yet, mind you. They launch October 1st. So on October 28th, I get a call from this Latino girl with a very thick accent. And she's like, hi, you want a trip to Miami? We're going to fly you down here, pick you up, put you in a nice hotel, and you're going to launch the company to be here for our official launch. And I was like, okay, yeah. Okay. And I hang up the phone. And as soon as I get off, I'm like, I knew it. It was all a scam. I'm getting involved in sex trafficking. Like, and I was dead set, like I was going to show up freaking missing. And you guys, I was serious. I was tripping out. And I called my upline and I'm like, what's this about them trying to fly us to Miami? Like this isn't like real. This stuff doesn't, like, they don't do this stuff in the industry. She's like, I earned the trip too. No, it's real. You're going. And Kyla earned it. We're all going together. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I'll show up missing together. My sister tried talking me out of going, but listen, like every single minute of the day in this first week of my business, I was on the phone telling people mostly my story of where I started and how I had a couple people tell me yes, and how I have made my bonuses. That's all the testimony I had because I didn't even have product. So by the time my product got there, it was the night before I was flying to Miami. That night was like closeout essentially. And I had no idea how many people we had recruited, but I know that I lost 6 pounds that week from not eating because I didn't have time. I was sleeping 3 to 4 hours a night and I lost my voice on day 3. I had no voice. I was just trying to get it out. I was really, really excited about making some money. I didn't even know how much I'd made. After we did the math and everything, like I had signed up 80 people on our team. So I don't take full credit, but it was with my team, 80 people in 6 days, $24,000 in product sales from product packs. And I was like, holy smokes, because I knew what that would have done in my other company. And I was like, this is big. This is really big. So I get to the hotel. By the way, I thought it was going to be a white van picking us up. I was like, watch a white van pick us up with no windows. I was like, we're not going to freaking come back from this. And so I remember joking about it on the plane. And of course we arrive and it's a limo that picks us up and takes us to the Fontainebleau. You guys, I had to borrow a dress. I had to borrow shoes. I didn't even have like a cute tank top to wear, like at this fancy hotel. I borrowed everything from a friend. And it was one of the girls who signed up actually. And so, yeah, show up and cameras are on us, and I'd never been treated that way before. It was like, welcome to the family. And I was like, I felt like a celebrity and I felt really out of place, like really, really out of place fast. And I went to go check into our hotel. I needed a credit card to put down for a damage deposit. And I didn't have the money on a credit card. So, yeah, I stayed in Kyla Williamson's room and I was like, if we show up missing, we'll show up missing together. So anyway, the next day I'm like meeting the CEO, president, and all these people. And the most amazing thing that happened to me probably in the last 8.5, 9 years was that day. We went and saw the manufacturing facility, and then we go to home office and we're in this room, and Luis was asking us to write down our dreams. And he's like, write down what your big ultimate dream is for this business for you. I remember Tony writing down something like paying off this and this and this, make a mortgage. Like she just wanted to make a mortgage payment. Other people were writing houseboats and college loans paid off because there was 11 of us in the room. And my paper stayed blank because I was like, this is stupid. Why am I writing down something I can't get? And in my head, I'm thinking 20,000 a month would be life-changing. I could live so independently and free on 20,000 a month, but it was too big of a number. Sorry, my dogs. It was too big of a number for me to write down. And so Luis made eye contact with me and he was like, you're not writing stuff down. You know, I could see that look. And he was like, hold on, everybody stop what you're doing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've already pissed him off. Like, this is day 1. And I was like, kind of worried. And he was like, do you guys not understand? Like, why we did this company, why we built this, why we spent so much money on a compensation plan designer. It's like, we built this compensation plan for $1 million a month earners. And he had a lot more to say beyond that too. But that was the part that I just remember, like, this guy's insane. And I was like, he's serious. He's dead serious. Like, he really does mean that. And they were going around writing down their stuff after that little speech. And I still stayed like blank. And they're like, what's yours? And I just started bawling. And I'm like, you blew the cap off my dreams. I honestly, this is unfathomable. I can't write anything down. And so I just remember that moment of thinking, like, I don't deserve this. I'm not worthy of this. I can't get that. That's not for me. That's for other people. And then we go into a boardroom where we had to write down our goals, visions, what we wanted out of this, our dreams. And like, it tugged at my heart so much that what he did for me that day, he blew the cap off my dreams. So I just wrote down, instill bigger dreams in others. That's been my biggest goal. And number one thing that I've always wanted to do since day one was do what Luis did for me, which was give me hope that I can do this, that they designed this for, you know, high income earners. It was really, really mind blowing. So that was my first week in the company, the first month, which was our launching month, October 2014. Hair's on fire. We're running. I'm recruiting all market partners. I don't even think about VIP customers because I'm like, no, this is big money and everybody needs to get this, because an opportunity like this will more than likely never be seen in our generation again. And so how could I like get a customer when I'm like, no, you're sitting on a gold mine? So everyone I talked to was business first. I always talked business. And then I was like, just nonstop. I was like, our team was like team no sleep. I didn't have a team page. I literally used 3-way calling. That was it. I didn't have much tools or nothing. I just told my story, how I got started, and then how much money I made my first week. And my first paycheck was $3,800, you guys, in a week. I made almost as much as an occupational therapist's salary. And that's what I went to school to do. So I was really, really mind blown. First month, we did $70,000 in team sales, and I hit managing market mentor. I made $7,000 that month. And I haven't looked back ever since. So if I can do it, I've seen people outdo me. I've seen people do what I've done. And that's why I'm like, man, if you just put your head down and go to work, this will work for you. You don't just sign up and hope it works for you. It was like, no, I was boob sweating every day. Like, I was red-faced, red-necked every single day, all day long. I freaking, my boob sweat like I'm doing now. But I was super passionate about getting a little paycheck. So that was my first week, my first month, my first year. Like, it was all business. I still didn't focus on customers. My first 18 months, took me 18 months to hit SED. And then I didn't hit it again. It took me like almost a year to get back to SED. I was stuck at ED for a little bit, which I know it's like the highest rank. So some people are thinking like, oh, that's great for you. That'll never happen for me. Well, those happenings happened several times in my business for me to get past where I was stuck. I got stuck at MMM. The next month, I didn't get paid as an MMM. I got paid as an MM, and the next month was actually even worse. So every rise comes with a fall. And I knew that. So I didn't get discouraged. I got bummed when my check was only $2,000 in November or September, October, November. Yeah, November. I don't even know what month it was. So I went up and down constantly in my business. And I want you guys to know that, like, it's all in your head. If you feel like this is the opportunity of a lifetime, people will feel it. If you believe that you have something amazing, other people will feel it. You cannot deny it, and you cannot fake this. You can't just sign up and be half-assed. You have to shit or get off the pot. Sorry for my French, but that is how it is in this business. You can't just do it halfway. So over the past 8 years, I've done this. You guys, it's all based on my attitude and my activities. So this is how I build my business. Preparation. Make sure that my team's going to get what they need as I pull them in. That means as I recruit them. Do I have a system in place that's duplicatable? Monday nights, I do a meet Monate. Tuesday, I make sure everybody's onboarded that week. If I have to do a live or calls, whatever, I try to keep track of onboarding happening, because the biggest excuse people will give you in 3 months is, I never got onboarded. My upline didn't do that for me. My upline doesn't do this. Oh, I wish you were my upline. That's bull crap. Anytime someone blames us on the upline, you might as well just get a shovel and dig yourself a little hole and just sit in it and cry, because you're not going to go anywhere. I could never blame my upline. I could never blame the company for, like, you guys, I was pissed off that I was losing ranks, right? I can't blame the company, and I did. I remember one time Jill actually reminded me of this, but month 3, I was so frustrated that I was going up the escalator to a Monate event, and I told Jill I was going to quit. I was like, I'm going to this, but I'm quitting after this. I'm done. Like, I don't need this. I was like big headed. I was thinking that, come on, give me a break. Like, who in the world deserves money like this, right? You have to earn it, and you have to step up to be that person who would earn it. And I wasn't that kind of person. So my check dropped as my status in my head dropped. And it's going to relate to you guys too. So if you don't believe it's an amazing opportunity, if you don't know how to present it, you're going to run into issues. Find what you're passionate about the business and tell that with your story. And whenever you tell your story, it's pretty simple. And you guys probably know how to do this, but you share your pain point. You share what you needed, what you found, and what you got. And that's your story. And everybody's got a story, and it may not be Monate related. It may have happened a couple of years before Monate. It may have happened during Monate, but an outside thing. Whatever is going on up here and right here is going to reflect in your paycheck because your actions will follow your heart. So first things first. Sorry, we're getting over being sick this week. It's been super fun. My husband literally sounds like a dog coughing down there. Don't tell him I said that, but he sounds awful. It's really loud too. But so whenever we are building, have a structure. Tuesday was onboarding. Wednesday was a training call. Thursday, I would give a little tip, and Friday was recognition. Throw wine and washes in those days, and don't worry about your team. Your team will get the stuff that they need. The thing that you really need to worry about is you making mistakes, you recruiting, and sharing with your team how you did it. So anytime you make a mistake, share it with your team. And if you guys are trying to prospect people, it's going to be those one-on-one conversations. And so what I say is, if they're kind of cold market, it's going to take 4 to 6 exposures. So this is a system. I actually write this down. I have my contacts written down, and then I write down when I talk to them and what I talk to them about. And if I don't talk to them 4 times, I should not be expecting a yes or a no yet. Sometimes I'll get it before then, but it always takes at least 4 exposures for someone who doesn't know me very well. If they ghost me, that's not really an exposure. You better find another way to reach out to them. So sampling was an exposure, inviting to an event or a meet Monate, that was an exposure. If I could wash their hair, they were in. So my odds were way better with that than it was me just posting on Facebook and Instagram. So I messaged people. I was like, hey, can I wash your hair? Let me like demo the product. It doesn't set up right the first time. You're going to probably do it wrong. Let me do it for you. I started having people coming over to my house, and I was dunking their head in the sink, just washing their hair, just myself, with people coming over. And then I shared with other people how to do it. And so my team started doing it. If someone ghosts you, I don't ever move on if they're like a 10. So I always say, depending on what level they are on your dream team, on a scale of 1 to 10, if they're a 10, you better do whatever it takes to get their attention. Do whatever it takes to talk to them. I've had some people send samples and stuff and then message me and say, hey, the samples didn't work for her. Okay, how important are they? If they're a 10, we're going again. We're going to find another angle. You get paid to figure out that angle. You get paid to cast the vision and get people's attention. And so if you can figure that out, you're golden. Now, everyone's different, but most of all, everyone's landed into 4 categories. And that's the color personality. I don't know if you guys have read that book. Has anyone read that book before? Yeah. Okay. So that's like my go-to. It was like $5 for this book, and it's made me $15 million. No joke. And my friends, millions. So if anyone's ever offering training that you pay for, just forget it. You don't need it. Like, trust me, like you can get it and you use it all you want. but you don't have to have it because I didn't. So that little book, if you need a refresher, go read it again every year. Millionaire Mindset, read that one too. You have to read that one. But with the color personality, discover what color they are. A red is money driven, competitive. Okay, if you can identify their color, you know how to talk to them. So how do you get to figure out their color? Genuine conversations. If you've never talked to this person before and you bring up Monate first, odds are it's probably not going to go very good. But if you can get conversations going, get to know people, laugh at their stories, their memes, whatever they're posting, get conversations going, they'll feel more comfortable with you. And then you can start bringing up the exposure of like, have you ever looked into what I do? Have you ever tried this? That's how you can start bringing it up. And guys, I've never relied on a post to get me people. My posts are, what would you call it? It's kind of like the backbone. So if you're messaging people and then they go look at your profile before they even hit the accept button or reply, they're wanting to know if you're all in. And if you're not all in, you might as well take a break and go back to networking. So what I do is I'll take breaks when I get burnt out. It's going to happen. Like, I don't know if anyone's ever been burnt out in your business. Maybe me a couple of times, right? Anytime you get burnt out, know what you do as a profession. You're in network marketing. So if you are taking a break, don't take a break from networking. If your heart's not in it to put your all, go to networking, make friends, make local friends, start putting yourself in front of traffic and get to know people. I've done that the last 2 years because no joke, I took like a 2-year break, helped my team, got some VIPs, some market partners, but I wasn't all in. Now that I'm all in, I going back to everyone that I've met over the past 2 to 3 years, every single person that I've made connections with has said yes to me coming to my events. Every single person that comes to my events, sign up. It's like a 99% conversion rate of bringing people to events and getting them to sign up, customers or market partners. So whenever I say like the hard and dirty stuff is really whenever it comes back to your like attitude, decide if you're all in. That's something that you have to decide on personally. And if you decide to go all in, you need to be serious. Like I have a family meeting, no joke. I'll tell Josh, I'm like, all right, I'm bored. I'm ready to go again. I'm ready for some more. I'm ready for the excitement. And I'm like, I'm going all in. So I had this talk with him back in November, and all of the month of December, I planned out my plan of action. Okay, what do I need for this? If I have an event scheduled, it's way easier to talk to people and invite them, like way easier. And I was like, man, if I had a salon in town, that would be like, wow, everyone would want to come. Like, who doesn't want to come to the salon and get their hair blown out? Like, that sounds like fun. I bet you everyone would come. I made friends with the local salon. I've been going there for 2 years to get my lashes done. The salon owner did not remember who I was. Okay, so no, I didn't have a great relationship with her, but I got her number and I was like, hey, I know your salon's mostly empty in the evenings. Could I rent the space from you? And she was all over it. Totally supportive. She was like, oh, I have a table. I have some chairs. We live in Breckenridge, so stuff here is not cheap. So I know the girl could use a little bit extra cash for her, her salon for rent. So that's how I started here on my last run, which my last run started in January 1st. I scheduled an event for like the first week of January. Everyone said yes. My sister had an event over in Idaho. Now I have to jump on a plane to go over there, right? But I was like, truthfully, that would be really good for my team and my followers to see me doing wash parties. And she needs help. She's got 15 people coming, 15 guests. Guess how she got 15 guests there? Doing the same thing I did the last 3 years. Didn't run hard with Monate, but was making those connections and network because we didn't feel the fire. You guys, we were like, you guys are in Canada. You guys had it worse than us over the last couple of years. Good Lord. So while we're fighting for our lives, we're making friends, right? So that's what she did. Every single person that she invited said yes to coming. So I was like, I'll be there. I'll book a ticket right now. So I flew over there. I focused on getting as much social media content as possible. And then I shared reels because then people are like, what is she doing? Oh, she's doing parties. Oh my gosh. Your team will get FOMO, first of all. They're going to be like, crap, she's recruiting without me. She's going to take off without me. And then also it gives them inspiration because they're like, there's no excuses. If she's pulling it off in a blue state, like, how am I not pulling it off? I can do it. Because as you guys know, we were one of the last states to open back up. It was difficult. So my business got put on hold because I couldn't have events. And that was like my livelihood. I loved it. So I just did my best and networked. And until I felt like I had a good relationship with those people, I was like, all right, it's go time. They trust me. They like me. I've been the volunteer mom at the volleyball courts. You know, I am the mom. I've been going out of my way to build a good rapport, and it worked. So whenever you're focusing on one area of your network, focus on another area with this one. So if people already know you do Monate, they're actually in a different category. If they're new, you're building relationship and trust. And so I kind of categorize my people. The volleyball moms, I mean, let's face it, they're having girls stay the night at my house. They have to trust me. They have to get to know me. I built that first. And I honestly could have done this a year ago, which I planned on, but I wasn't all in. Like, I just didn't feel it. And until I was like, I really miss it. I remember like going into some restaurant or something, and I saw this girl on her phone. Sorry, I'm so congested. It's so fun. But I was like, that girl looks like she's just like doing what I used to do. Like, I wonder if she's in network marketing. And I had this like burn in my heart for like the miss. I missed it. I was like, I missed the excitement of getting a maybe. I missed the excitement of like getting a yes. Like, I missed the excitement of having someone new to coach. And that had to burn pretty deep for me to go all in again. So I went all in. And you guys, this has been my best. Last month and the month before has been my best recruiting month in 5 years. Not 2, not 3, but 5. And it's because I went all in. And it's my mindset. I'm like, I'm all in. I don't care what people think about me. I'm here to help them. They might not see it, and that's my job to get them to see it, but I'm here to help people. And that's connecting to people. You can't help someone unless you get to know them. So looking for the pain point for other people. And it's all about that relationship. You can't build a business without a relationship. So yeah, I hope that kind of helps as far as like having a mindset around like, what do I do? How am I supposed to feel? You're supposed to feel all in. And if you don't feel all in, one way to get more inspired is listening to market partner testimonies. I do this. I will have them do the Meet Monate on Monday. I pick a different person every week. Trina, I'd love to have you on. It'd be so great. Because Trina's story, you guys, she inspired me so much. When I had dead spots in my business, Trina was the one on the recognition boards. Trina was the one who was telling me quit making excuses without her even saying a word. So Trina did that for me in my hard time back in 2017. So she's an amazing leader. You guys are very, very blessed to have her. But yeah, it's just all about your mindset and then having a plan. My biggest tip is to have a planner. Oh my gosh. The reason why is because, and you guys can always ask me questions after the call or even on this call, whenever. I'm here to help. I'm a founder. So like, you guys are technically on my team, like the whole company is. I want to help you guys. I want you guys to blow this up out of the water. And so I genuinely do mean that. So here we go. This planner is my inspiration. I leave this on my desk right by my computer. This is from 2017, 2018. You know why it's my inspiration? Because the whole thing loaded. Airline tickets, freaking events, wine and washes, 3-way calls. And if you guys ever get stuck in your business and you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know why my check isn't reflecting where I want it to be. This is your roadmap that'll tell you exactly why you're getting the check you're getting. The more you can write down that's productive, the higher your check will be. However, it doesn't show up the first month, and it usually doesn't show up the second month. Month 3 is where your residual kicks in. It's where your momentum kicks in. I kind of tell my team this all the time because you guys, I have a large team. They've been around for a while. They're all adults, but let's face it, we have a lot of crybabies. I'm a crybaby sometimes and knows all about it. So I tell people, listen, this is how you do your business. You do the do, you show that you're doing the do, and your team is going to get a little upset and sad. They're going to be like, I can't get people to events. I can't do this and that. And I'm like, well, dude, I couldn't get people to events 2 years ago either. I prepped, I worked hard, and then I found them in. That's why people have success in the beginning sometimes, because it's their network seeing the product for the first time. You can still go build new networks. Like, this is a long-term business, and I plan on building new networks for as long as I live while I'm with Monique. So get used to the habits, get used to that. But I'll have them complaining, crying, feeling left out, feeling like they're not getting anywhere, and that they're stuck. And then they'll start to implement things, and then they'll start to see results. And so for you personally, your business isn't going to be moving probably for like a month or two, like for everybody to do what you are doing. But if you are in this, if you're a leader, number one rule, always lead by example. If you're doing something, expect your whole team to do it. So if I can just keep recruiting and inspiring people and giving prospects hope that this could absolutely change their life, that's what I want my team to do. I don't want my team just looking for a number. I want them to literally invest in the people they're talking to, because this is a life-changing opportunity. You have no idea who you're going to touch. I recruited a girl. Her name was Heather. This was when I was an SED. I lost my rank, and it was the 15th of the month, and I had 900 GV. I don't know if you guys know what that means, but that means my $25,000 paycheck was about to be a $900 paycheck. I wasn't going to get paid my rank. So the oh crap moment hit, and I was like, I was backed up into a wall. I had nowhere else to go, nowhere else to look. So I went on a embarrassingly hard recruiting spree, like where you say things, you're like, why did I say that to her? Like, what? Of course she ghosted me. I went through all of that experience constantly. One of the girls happened to be Heather, who signed up Kendall Weldon, who hit MMB in 10 days. So in your hard moments in this business is where you're going to find the best people. So I hope that you guys run into hard moments, and I hope that you just overcome, because God will give you strength. I promise. He'll give you the people. He'll give you the strength. You just have to be willing to have some insane courage for just a couple of seconds that might change your life. Another thing I want to remind you of is the people that you're thinking of today might be on someone else's team tomorrow. So Christy Deer was Sarah Reed's client. Sarah did Christy Deer's hair, and Sarah's like, I don't want to bring it up to her yet. She just said yet. It's not like she wasn't planning on it. She was like, I don't want to bring it up to her yet. I just don't feel comfortable yet. 2 months later, she signed up underneath another girl, and she hits the $1 million club in a couple of years, you guys. Sarah missed out on a couple $1 million. So the people that you're thinking about, like, oh, not yet. If you're thinking about them, it's for a reason. Reach out to them, get to know them, see how they're doing, try to find their pain point, and you have a solution with Monique to offer them hope. And yeah, so I could go on and on for days, but Trina, I'm going to take up all of your time. It's like 5 till 7 over here. But I just want you guys to know that you can do this. You don't have to know how to do it. It's a learning process. I'm better today than I was last year. I'm better every single day because I'm learning something new. And yeah, it's really fun to coach new people. That's my favorite thing to do, is if someone's new, I tell them, first of all, you're not going to turn into a robot. You're going to be yourself, because that's how you'll get the most sales. So be yourself in this business. The more you let yourself shine through, the more comfortable you get doing that, the more success you'll find, as long as you're having fun. But yeah, I just verbally vomited everything.
Oh, that was amazing. I feel re-inspired. Who feels absolutely re-inspired after that? Let me know in the comments. So good, so good. I love hearing your story. You know what story, you shared it on social media, and you'll probably remember it. It's probably just a little nugget of your full story, but it was like right when I first started, and I'm like, I'm going to add her to Facebook because I know that name. You shared a story how I think you needed workout clothes, and you ran into Dick's. We don't have that here in Canada, but it's like a Cleve's Sporting Goods or something like that. So yeah, you ran in there and you like spent like $250 on workout clothes, and you just cried. You got back in your car and cried because like you never been able to do something like that before. And I don't know why that story stuck in my head 7 years later. I forgot. That's how powerful stories are, right?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Stories can be so powerful. Amazing. Thank you so much, Julie.
That made me cry thinking about that.
Oh. You're speaking in Vegas, aren't you?
Yeah, they give me 10 minutes. Can you believe it?
Oh, well, those of you that will be in Vegas, you'll get to hear her share again. We're super excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I love you guys. You have an amazing team. And if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Like, we're all one big happy family over here. So thanks for having me, Trina.
That's amazing. Thank you.
You guys have a great night.
You too.
Bye.